Authorities warn of COVID outbreak. Environment Minister clamps down on illegal loggers. And new aid post to serve thousands in Kainantu.
This is National EMTV News with Helen Seah.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for Friday's news. Central Provincial Government and the National Capital District Commission have been at loggerheads in recent months over land matters. One such issue is the Hiri Vanapa Sogeri or Hivaso concept. Governors Robert Agaroba and Poes Pakop have been at opposite ends as to who devised it and how it will be administered. In Parliament yesterday, Kairuku Hiri MP Peter Isoaimo raised concerns on the concept during question time, with Lands Minister John Rosso responding and NCD Governor Poes Pakop raising a point of order.
The Hiri Vanapa Sogeri concept, or Hivaso as it has become commonly known, has been a topic for debate between Central Province and NCD since it was initiated recently. Kairuku Hiri MP Peter Isoaimo, whose electorate borders are implicated in the concept framework, asked the Minister for Lands and Lay MP John Rosso to clarify the matter during Parliament question time yesterday.
The famous Hivaso concept that people want to, or leaders want to play politics on. If the Minister can clarify whether or not this is a government policy by his department for Greater Port Moresby, or is it a concept they have, and whether or not the administration of it will be by his department to oversee, or the delegated functions now to Central Provincial Government.
MP Isoaimo said there is confusion over the concept now among people in his electorate and province, raising concerns of land boundaries and risk of exploitation.
He got confusion now, especially along electorate Blami. Sample I talk this government like Kizimo get haplo Central Province na make him start. Or landslide, well, through his ministry, if he can clear him thinking long this concept now he got long end. So you me as leaders not can playing politics, you go come now, people clear straight as to responsibility lie along Musat.
Minister Rosso clarified that most of the land implicated in the Hivaso concept is in Central Province land, but urged both NCD and Central Province to work together on it to come to an agreement with the Lands Department providing oversight.
It is just a concept. It is a concept by NCDC through the governor from NCDC that it's a Hiri Vanapa na Sogeri. And we got planning concept as well, or trying to work together, or one of developing more legal towns. But all those towns and Hivaso borders are actually inside the Central Province, most of it. So time all work, all must work one time Central Province. And it is up to Central Province whether to say yes or no.
The Lands Minister said Hivaso is currently only a concept, not by law, in which he has directed the Lands Board to assist the Central Provincial Government in recent months in dealing with the concept.
Last, I think, 2 years, in my capacity as a Minister for Lands, I have made certain we've delegated responsibilities of the Lands Board to the Central Provincial Government, who are now managing their own destiny. We have also delegated the Physical Planning Board to the Central Provincial Government. So all that can work addition or usada loge ground or usada developing inside the Central Province boundaries.
After Minister Rosso said in his response statement that NCDC was the one that initiated the Hivaso concept, NCD Governor Poes Pakop immediately raised a point of order through the Speaker of Parliament to have his say on the matter.
But I want to correct that this plan did not was not created by us in NCDC, nor my office. I believe it's a plan that was formulated by National Planning.
However, despite of the NCD governor's attempt in trying to correct the lands minister, the speaker said his point of order was out of order, urging the governor to liaise with central provincial government and the lands department to devise the way forward.
Honorable Governor,
That's what I want to say. Thank you.
And point of order, you out of order, but you can go straight in on the minister or department, want them.
Danny Sorere, National EMTV News.
Environment Minister Mori says he will direct officers to look into concerns of illegal logging operations in the Collingwood Bay of Northern Province. He was responding to Oro Governor Gary Juffa's concern that a particular logging company is believed to be operating using fraudulent documents. Juffa claims notices were already sent out to the company concerned to cease operations. However, that has not been the case.
These forged documents were used to procure a permit from the PNG Forest Authority. As a result of that, the provincial forest manager was arrested, and there is an ongoing criminal investigation. I've written this report and presented it with all this documentation to these very relevant organizations in May, end of May, beginning of June. I want to commend the Minister for SIPA. His department was the only department that promptly responded. And on the 30th of June, 2021, the Managing Director signed a temporary suspension notice of the operations of that company. That suspension notice was issued to the company, and the company has consequently completely ignored that suspension notice and continues its operations.
I will, in no uncertain terms, come down hard on those who would like to operate like cowboys in this country and knowingly at the expense of our people, destroy our environment. Mr. Speaker, I am aware of the matter that the good governor for Oro is alluding to, and it is of great concern that we can allow companies to operate under very dubious circumstances if what has been alleged is true. When this was brought to my attention, I directed the MD that they have got to investigate this matter, and if what has been alleged is true, then we must do what is necessary and as expected by our people, and that is to suspend that license.
With the Oktedi mine preparing for closure in 2025, Western Governor Taboy Awi Yoto says there is not much to show in the province in terms of development. He asked the Prime Minister in Parliament today if the government would give back its 66% stake in Oktedi to the province before the mine closes. However, Prime Minister James Marape says his government will assist the province where it can.
I need the agreement of mine life extension, mine purpose 2025. Now me feeling myself more people from the Western, me don't already lost la mine purpose. So me like asking national government, awesome, this like 66% you hold him. You give him back me the people of the Western province, so that for the next 4 years, me by preparing more people from the already low mine purpose.
Kopa na goli mirasim long Oktedi since 1985. Nogat sambla permanent legacy blo disla mine is up long disla province. Today you go long Daru, me can confirm him housing in a good bla. Kimga to one kind. Road you go long Kimga to Tabubil, still yet. And plenty of something where he national government, want the provincial government enough make him law this la province having materialized, so our people have been left in despair for so long. And so the governor get recent Bell heavy, and I mean, I'm asking him a question, and me ask him, but me like, back him talk straight come law, governor also, you may stop long country, you may must also share him resource equitably, and one blah key part long consistently me talk law scaling resource equitably na past time government long.
Bogia MP Robert Nagur is urging other members of parliament from Madang to work together to improve services. One such is the rehabilitation of institutions such as the Galbin Community Health Workers Training College on Karkar Island. The institution recently witnessed the graduation of 26 community health workers.
Now look at it.
Bogia MP Robert Naguri was invited to the school's graduation on Sunday. He challenged Madang leaders to support the restoration of church-run institutions. The members' call was made after seeing the deteriorating state of schools' buildings in the district.
I want a premier institution. Yagam not a premier institution. We let these places deteriorate for years. You be talking about new place something, now you be looking about good place something, or lapun before missionary can give me. You be giving backside no longer something.
Galbin Community Health Workers Training College is run by the Lutheran Church. However, it also needs the support of the government.
Now here, give me your leader from Madam. You be giving backside of this place. Now look at it. All building will have.
The college enrolls 108 students every year with 7 teachers and just 11 support staff. On Sunday, the school graduated 26 of its students in a competency-based training program.
Government CSW training mission is to train CSWs of a high quality to improve the physiological, psychological, social and spiritual health and well-being of everyone in the communities we serve. Irrespective of religious denominations, class, status, age, gender, or ability to pay and thus reduce the distress and suffering associated with the current high levels of mobility and mortality rates.
Martha Luis, National EMTV News, Madang.
You're watching National EMTV News. We'll be back with more stories after these messages. Stay with us. Welcome back. PNG National Control Center for COVID-19 has warned of an imminent outbreak of the new COVID mutation, the Delta strain, in Madang. This comes after a recent surge of cases reported to the control center in the past few weeks. Deputy Controller Dr. Downey Esaram announced this in a virtual conference today.
The Deputy Controller for Papua New Guinea's National Control Center for COVID-19 has warned of an imminent outbreak of the Delta strain in Madang.
We're dealing with a potential outbreak in Madang. It could be severe. As you are aware, Delta variant is also in the country. We have done the timeline and the index case of the first local Delta variant case in Madang. So that's the female who's about just over 30 years old, tested positive for COVID-19 around April. And then after it's tested in July last month, she retested positive again, and this time for the Delta variant. That's from April, the first time she tested, to July last month. On the timeline that we worked out, it's about 89 days. So there's a reinfection case.
The control center has deployed a team to Madang to monitor the first local Delta variant case. The NCC team's presence is also following the recent court order by Madang National Court for 56 inmates remanded at the Jumbo Police cells. Of the 56, 20 tested positive for COVID-19.
So as soon as we got the court order, the controller dispensed the legal officer for the police, including our team at NCC, to go down and make sure that the court order is complied to. Our lawyer representing NCC was there this week, and the court was satisfied that we, working with controller, have satisfactorily addressed the issues that were in the court order. However, our team is still on the ground to make sure that we support the Madang PHA, to make sure that they have isolation facility, make sure that they clinically manage the cases who are on the ground, and most importantly, because it's the first local Delta variant case, to work with the team on the ground to round up these 20 people who actually tested positive and were ordered out of Zomba jail back into the community, to make sure that we retest them, we do the contact tracing, and make sure that we control the outbreak in Madang.
As of today, the PNG Control Center has recorded 9 Delta strain cases in the country. Following the index case, the captain of a cargo ship, the Grand Tajima, who is still hospitalized in country. Deputy Controller says it's the country's international obligation in preventing border transmission.
So the ship left last week. 6 of those who are positive left. We rendered them non-infectious. They actually tested negative before they left. The index case, the captain of the Tajima, Grand Tajima ship is still at the PIH. We also have still a case that's still at the Patmos Hospital who was positive. So we have 2 cases now of the ship that we are taking care of, and we are liaising with the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, including the Philippines Embassy, to ensure that we look after these Philippine citizens until they get well. We clear them medically, and then we send them back to the Philippines.
Dr. Estrom confirms that contact tracing for both the index case and the recent case of the Myanmar national detected in NCD have been completed.
We've done all the contact tracing for everybody else on the ship that had contact with the cases. We quarantined 6 staff from health from the ports that were involved in the evacuation and clearance of the ship. They completed the 21 days quarantine. We tested them. They were all negative, including contact tracing that was done at the Stanley Hotel, where the Myanmar citizen was quarantined. All of them have been contact traced, and all of them have turned out to be negative.
Kilawani National MTV News.
Now, to date, PNG has a total of 17,807 confirmed COVID-19 cases, of which 17,507 have recovered, while 192 have died. Deputy Controller Dr. Downey Esoram noted that the Asia-Pacific region is currently experiencing a surge in the new COVID mutation, the Delta variant. He was speaking during the virtual conference on COVID-19.
Over the last 24 hours, as of the 11th of August 2021, our region has recorded 55,444 confirmed cases, and these were reported from 19 countries, areas, and territories in the region. 751 confirmed deaths, and these were reported from 11 countries and territories in the region. Namely, Cambodia recorded 11 deaths. Cambodia recorded 17 deaths. Japan recorded 17 deaths. Korea 9, Malaysia 201, Mongolia 3, the Philippines 92, Taiwan 1, Vietnam 388, Australia 3, Fiji 10, and French Polynesia 10. Why am I concentrating on this deaths and facts? You will realize that most of the countries in Asia and the Pacific region are actually now dealing with surges in the Delta variant. So in Asia, Cambodia, Japan, Malaysia, Mongolia, the Philippines, Vietnam, Australia, Fiji, and also French Polynesia are dealing with an increasing number of Delta variant cases. So since the start of the outbreak, Western Pacific region have recorded 5,049,192 confirmed cases, 71,953 confirmed deaths.
A pilot project targeted at eye care services was launched recently in Port Moresby. The project is supported by the World Health Organization and hopes to improve primary eye care support in the country. The pilot project consists of training, identifying eye products, and how best patients with eye impairments can access these services.
The pilot project is the first of such that aims to provide better high care services to people with eye difficulties. Supported by the World Health Organization, this project is also part of the Health Department's plan. Papua New Guinea is among 2 other countries selected by the World Health Organization to run this eye program.
And it's about bringing assistive products or assistive technology, so walking aids, reading glasses, mobility aids, closer to communities, so where people can access them where they need them.
A major part of the project is training for health staff. The pilot project is kicked off in several health clinics in NCD. According to the World Health Organization, the pandemic has added more strain for people to access better primary eye care service. For PNG Eye Care, this is vital.
It's a kind of a first stop for people. And if they can get help there, well and good, they get help there and they go back home instead of going to other places. But if they cannot get help, or if they have some other conditions where the clinics cannot attend to, then obviously they refer as well.
The primary goal by WHO aims to allow a framework within the country's health structure to provide better eye care service to the vast population. NGO PNG Eye Care believes this project must be supported and sustained.
If the NDOH takes it on board and the department continues with this program, then there needs to be some sustainability for a project, whether the government supports it or people pay for it. Maybe not a big fee, but like things cost money, so like we can give free stuff, but eventually we may not maintain the service if there is no money. So
the pilot project is expected to roll out to other health centers around the country by partnering provincial health authorities.
We're starting small to make sure that we get it right before further scale up. But as Ambrose Coram from the National Department of Health just mentioned, this is very much part of the next National Health Plan, and we really look forward to supporting this across all provincial health authorities.
Jack Lapave Jr., National EMTV News.
For several years, locals in the Musave community in Kainantu have not had a health center after the previous aid post was closed due to tribal conflict. Since then, they've had to walk long distances to get help. Yesterday, their new community health post that serves more than 5,000 people was opened. It is one of 4 community health posts in the Eastern Highlands built under a partnership between the national government and Asian Development Bank. These are sounds of celebration as Musave locals welcome health services into their communities after several years. Their new health post in Musave, Kainantu, was built under the National Department of Health's Rural Primary Health Service Delivery Program in partnership with the Asian Development Bank, Provincial Health Authority, and other stakeholders. Yesterday, it was officially opened.
That facility is really, when you get it, it's a cross-cut development that it can attract and bring other developments too.
The Musave Health Post is built where the old aid post used to be. It was closed due to tribal conflict, and for years locals have sought health services from nearby aid posts that are more than 3 kilometers away. Without access to clean drinking water, typhoid is the main illness experienced here. Birth complications in pregnant women are also common.
Typhoid.
Apart from the main health facility, 3 staff houses, ablution and incinerator were also built. The facility will allow for women to give birth here as well, and it will serve more than 5,000 people within its area and surrounding villages.
Thank you, EDB, and look save.
This time, so you practice government service now. So, how much we size from me so how talking from me plan.
The Musave Community Health Post is one of 4 facilities that are being built in the Eastern Highlands province under this project. 2 others have been built and opened in Yasubi, Okapa, in Jaffa, Kainantu, and the 4th in Amaira, Okapa, is under construction. Lucy Kopana, National EMTV News, Kainantu. The Eastern Highlands Provincial Health Authority has begun work to improve health care in the province under its corporate plan 2018 to 2022. The PHA also plans to build district hospitals for each district and community health posts for each LLG. Major part of the corporate plan is to improve the Goroka Provincial Hospital with advanced health care and integrated health services.
And ito disla, may plaka tripla ways where we pala deliver him service you go straight lol people. One bla advanced healthcare, we pala make sure some housing must cut over the services. Now people based nations, even Papua New Guinea too, inokan golo most bio inokan go overseas. We pala bringing service come no doorstep lol. Na mi pala make some plan group work finish na group service or specialist service you can finish la housing. Na rapla blogen mi pala integrated health service. Pasim blo bunga mo kata partners. Bungi mo kita NGOs na dislakain, puti mo kita resource over the time from one time lo delivering service to all people, from the provincial level down to the district level na gorang kota lo community level, integration. Narabla pila blogen to comprehensive primary health care down below into the community, au bang work bu one community na address health issues below down below community level.
And now looking at the NAS Fund market report, the Kina opened unchanged at $0.2850 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina will buy $0.2775 US dollars, $0.3738 Australian dollars, $0.3294 New Zealand dollars, and 31.46 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee and cocoa closed higher, while copra closed lower. Crude oil is trading lower, palm oil closed unchanged, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. Chukai Sports is next, all the details after the break.
Chukai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. The Southern Super League competition, the Tier 2 competition endorsed by the Papua New Guinea Rugby League Southern Confederation, today launched its inaugural season. The competition will see Southern-based franchises in the Intercity Cup participate through their development and reserve teams along with affiliated leagues in the region.
The Southern Super League is a concept introduced as a pathway for majority of the rural talents in Southern region, an opportunity for some of the stronger regional competitions to showcase their talents. The competition will also focus on providing a scope for Intercity Cup franchises to bid players for their respective clubs.
So the concept of the competition is to have a reserve grade for our Southern-based DDCL Cup franchise teams. So this competition basically does that. We want to give players from the rural outskirts of Southern to have an opportunity to be identified by talents from scouts from the Southern-based DDCL Cup teams. Yeah.
12 teams are confirmed to participate in the newly endorsed PNG RFL Southern Confederate competition. Some of the regional affiliated teams include Mosby South Black, Motukoita Lagatoys, Erie West Rugby League, and the Firndolome Laumas. With 11 rounds scheduled for the inaugural season, the competition will kick off on the 27th of this month.
Just allow teams to organize themselves and preps to get themselves going, and the following Friday we'll see the first round start here.
With the inclusion of Central Dabaris, Gulf Iso, the Vipers and Ella Wigman in the competition, much of the attention will be on the development squad and the rural-based players. The PNG RFL Southern Confederate will support the league through its programs as the governing body.
When we go right down to them and introduce to them the games down there, they realize that yes, rugby league is now coming down to us. Yeah. So that's why the concept is good, because it's going down to the rural people, yeah. And that is why I'm giving it all the support I can.
Suli Trukai Sports.
With the two big guns, Lay City FC and Hikari United FC on bye this weekend, the other teams now have the opportunity to close the gap between them and the competition leaders.
The National Soccer League's Northern and Southern Conferences will host matches this weekend in Port Moresby and Lay as the competition enters its fourth round. In the Southern Conference, the game of the round is between Star Mountain FC and Gulf Comara. Former Comara player Donovan Murray, who is in the Star Mountain FC lineup this year, will be out to secure a win against his old team. Comara, with the bulk of its players coming out of Babaka Village, will be flying the Gulf flag this season on the football pitch. Southern Youth FC, after going down to Hikari United 4-0 last weekend, will be looking to bounce back with a win against the Central Dabari. Southern Youth showed some encouraging signs in last weekend's match. The youngsters will have to stay focused for the full 90 minutes if they wish to secure a win.
The boys that I have is from Koba and some one or two from PMSA and NCD PSA. But as I've said, most of the players didn't come. But I got a boys from the surrounding community soccer players, but they couldn't make it through, so I have to make a final team, I finalized, and then I just got the remaining couple of boys. It's from the Copa Soccer season. Just want to say thank you to the families of the young kids, because it's so more hard for parents to leave the young kids like this, maybe under 14, 15, 16 of them. But I just want to say thank you to the families and PNGF as well for introducing this youth competition for the boys to play in the highest level.
And that ends Chukai Sports. The weather report coming up next.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
I'll look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region. Cloudy periods and windy with early morning patchy rain in Port Moresby. Partly cloudy and windy in Daru. Partly cloudy with overnight patchy rain in Kerema. Cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms in Alotau, and cloudy with patchy rain in Popondetta. In the Mamasu region, cloudy with some showers in Lay, cloudy periods with some showers in Medang and Wewak, and partly cloudy with brief early morning showers in Vanimo. In the New Guinea Islands region, partly cloudy with brief early morning showers in Lorengau, partly cloudy with brief showers in Kavieng, partly cloudy in Kokopo, Rabaul and Buka, and cloudy with some showers in Kimbe. And in the Highlands region, cloudy with patchy rain, then morning fog right across the region in Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabag.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that's been the news, sport and weather for today, Friday, the 13th of August 2021. Until next time, have a safe weekend, be safe and good night.